Hello, Bankston here, Mr. B to you. Today's conversation is going to be pharmaceuticals. Ooh, to make it a little spicier, maybe more people will watch, we'll even talk about opiates. I happen to suffer from chronic pain, bulged discs, hip replacement, arthritis, you name it, I have it. I spent a lifetime on a bicycle without taking so much as an aspirin. For some reason, when I turned 50, my body decided to leave. I don't know where it is. If anybody sees it in Paris, please tell it to come home. I'm in Sarasota right now. The world of medication, doctors, Obamacare, has become very, very confusing. So there's a good chance I'm about to give you some misinformation. If I do so, please correct me in the comments. Please tell everybody that I'm an idiot. But I don't think so. Digressing for a moment, I consider myself a patriot. A patriot is a person that loves one's country, not in lieu of other countries, but wants one's country to do well, and will sacrifice so that everybody in the country can do well. Therefore, I have insurance. When I go pick up a prescription, and I've looked up an arbitrary one, not one I'm currently on, 125 milligram / 325 milligram of Percocet. That's 5 milligram of oxycodone with 325 Tylenol, which, by the way, kills. And I don't mean the Oxycontin. There's a little known fact about the world's most friendly drug. Tylenol, given to the wrong person with a glass of wine, can kill them. Doesn't happen all the time, but it happens. This particular drug works very well for pain, especially for people that do not take narcotics frequently. If one has insurance, they go to their local pharmacy, hand in the prescription, pay their copay, and in my case, pay nothing. The problem with that is when you look up GoodRx for all the little people, I say that sarcastically, of course, that don't have insurance, they have to save every dime. So they go to GoodRx and there's coupons and awarenesses and different revelations that help people able to afford their medication. The same 120 tablets at Target go for $26.78, Walmart $32.44, CVS, I believe that's $39.82. Walgreens $41.73. Sam's, the discount house owned by Walmart, who sells theirs for $32. Sam sells theirs for $113. And the all-time winner, Publix, $152. We are not talking about generic as compared to non-generic. We're talking about generics. The question I have to ask myself, even though it costs you nothing, and it would be 3 extra miles to drive to Target, and after doing so, you'd probably want to write a letter to let people know what a good job they did. Maybe even write to the newspaper. Because who in their right mind has pricing that vacillates from $32 to $152? Excuse me, $26 to $152. As I've mentioned before, I owned many retail stores, had many employees underneath me, and much like everybody else, I liked a good markup. I was selling Beanie Babies, though, not drugs that help people live or die, get in or out of depression, survive catastrophic pain, make their heart work better, etc., etc., etc. So, I have made a personal commitment to filling my prescriptions at the cheaper places. One, to reward them. Two, to be able to write them a letter and say, you've done a good job. Thank you for making these affordable for people that don't have health care. And three, perhaps to get some news coverage that says, why are we picking on the poor people? I hate this word, the poor people. We used to be a country of poor people, working class people, lower middle class people, middle class people, upper class people, lower rich people, very rich people, and the super rich. The super rich used to be 10%. Now they're 0.0001. How has this happened? Do you think that they care when they go get their prescription that it's 5 times more? I don't think so. So, I'd like to put this plea out to the country. Of course, if you're physically ill and are not able to do so, you could at least report on the subject. If you're physically capable and have the extra dollars for the gas, drive to the cheaper place. Get the cheaper prescription. Commend the company for doing their public duty. And then write to the newspaper and tell them what happened. We have to start somewhere, folks. If healthcare is such a disaster, I assure you the only people that are going to help us out of it is or are ourselves. I don't know how to complicate this further to make it longer. If you love your neighbor and your neighbor can't drive to the $32 place, sometimes it's a choice between lunch, food, gasoline, or medication. If they don't take the medication, then it's a choice between violence on the kids, depression, suicide, but God knows the kids eat. Some sort of standardization has to happen. And I refuse to think it's going to happen by a bunch of people running around on private jets who have the best health care in the world telling us how to save money. Think about it. Signing off, yours truly, with the ego the size of Manhattan, Mr. B. I'm embracing this new technology. My opinion will be heard, even if only by one. Peace, not only in the Middle East, in Sarasota,